other thing.
Yeah, I know.
That's ridiculous.
What if it's a cruel joke and we are live and it just says scheduled because
I don't know, Bruce, do you think we're live right now?
We're 2 minutes late.
I know.
Oh, I don't know. DSW has new Reeboks on sale.
Hey.
We're live.
We are?
Woo-hoo! Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Candidly Speaking with Shell and Cal. I'm Cal.
I'm Shell.
And we are so happy you are here tonight, wherever you are.
Wherever you are. And let us know if you're watching live. Please just put in the comments, just a shout out to yourself. Let us know where you are watching from. And if you are watching a replay, we would still love to hear from you as well about that. So just put it in the comments, put hashtag replay, still let us know where you're watching us from. We would love to know.
Hey, Cynthia.
Well, hi, Cynthia. Hi.
So let's get some housekeeping done. We have two sponsors for our show tonight. We have Blue Sky Video Productions, and that is Bruce Himmelblau. He is a YouTube strategist, and he produces this show. So if you need someone to help you make your show look professional, because Lord knows I'm not making it look professional at all.
We are not pulling our weight, are we?
No, we're not. Contact Bruce. And then Cards That Wow, which is my business, and it's paper arts, corporate, personal branding. You send a card, people open it, and they go, wow. So today's topic is protection. Okay?
Kellen, it's safety, not protection. Safety.
Oh, okay, wait.
Totally different. Safety.
Okay.
Alan's
Okay, okay, that changes everything.
Yeah, okay. We talked about this, okay?
I don't remember.
You know what? Here's the thing, y'all. We both got these new cameras and these new microphones. And I've got so much stuff on my desk, and my desk is so small that I'm having to hold my microphone. So I feel kind of like, I'm on stage. So, I apologize if I look more like a dork than usual, but that's why I'm holding this.
We're clearer dorks.
Well, but here's the thing. This camera is washing me out so badly. Okay, now I'm pale, but this is ridiculous. I got and I was telling Kellen earlier, a friend of mine sent me pictures last week during the broadcast of the ghost of Christmas past, because apparently that's what I looked like.
Well, it was also dark in the background. So
it got dark on me, so I've got another light going because I'm facing a window, and I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, and it is starting obviously to get darker a lot sooner. But it completely got dark on me last time, and I looked like Casper or the Ghost of Christmas Past. But it's funny because it is making my skin look a little smoother. I don't look as wrinkly as I did or as I do. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. I wish I looked like you, Cynthia.
Oh yeah.
But let me tell you, I do like the way the light is kind of working with the wrinkles. Did I ever tell you my Botox story? This has nothing to do with safety.
Well,
did I tell you my Botox story? So I go to get Botox, and I go in for the consultation with the doctor, and she starts talking to me about the 11, the 11 wrinkles that you get right here. And I said, well, here's the thing. I appreciate that, but I've got enough stuff wrong. The 11, though, is not really something that I have. I'm just not, my face doesn't fall that way. That's not in my genetic makeup. I have got horizontal wrinkles on my forehead that you could plant potatoes in. Okay, they're that deep. That is a family trait. I have had those visibly. They've been there since I was probably 12, and my kids have them. Okay. But that's not what she wants to talk about. She doesn't want to do this. She wants to get this 11, which I don't have. And I said, I don't have that. So I'm not sure why you want to shoot me up there with this Botox. And she said, well, but you might. So we need to plan for that.
That's nice.
I'm thinking I might turn into a size 8 again, but I'm probably not going to. So I shouldn't go out and buy all these new, just in case that happens. So anyway, I just kept my $800 and left. That has nothing to do with safety, but we were talking about the light.
And then I have like 7 coats of this on right now. Does not look white.
Is that the Amazonian clay?
I don't know. It's Tarte.
Tarte Amazon. I
Oh,
think it's
yeah, Amazonian cut.
with the big fluffy brush. Yeah, I love that stuff. Cynthia, have you ever used that?
Yeah. Let us
One-
know what blush or
Let us know
thing
what
you
kind of
use.
foundation you use.
Randy, what kind of foundation do you use? So, okay, let's talk about protection.
Randy's on here. Let's talk about protection. Okay.
What?
Sorry to get so off track.
We need to bring our guest on. He's probably
We
he might have
need to
left.
bring our guest on. Our guest tonight, we always have amazing guests. We are so excited tonight because not only is he an amazing guest, but he's also our friend and we love him. His name is Alain Burrese, and Alain is
A badass.
he's just, yeah, he is a former Army sniper. He is I'm going to make sure I say it correct, 5th degree Hapkido black belt. Is that right? He does self-defense training. He does active shooter training. He loves cheeseburgers. He loves puppies. He has an adorable daughter. He's a great guy. Oh, and his fallback career, is being an attorney. So he's kind of the complete package. So please join us in welcoming Alain Burrese.
Woo!
Alain, hey.
Thanks for having me on, ladies. Really appreciate it.
We are so glad you're our first male guest.
Yes.
Hey, that makes me special, right?
So
It's very brave of you to come on our show. You know that, right?
It was.
When it started, I thought about maybe trying to sneak out the back.
You know something? I'm sure when you were listening backstage to the conversation, you're thinking, what have I gotten myself into?
You're just glad I didn't talk about protection, right?
Right.
Safety, Kellen, safety.
Safety, protection. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Alain, tell us a little bit about Alain Burrese.
Well, I'm the director of the training for a company called Reflex Protect. And what got me to that position was been doing martial arts since 1982 when I started in high school, safety and self-defense and martial arts since the 90s. And then, really what got me that position is I was doing a lot of active shooter training. I wrote this book. And Survive a Shooting is one of the most authoritative books on the topic, combined with the training to help people be safe. And not just from active shooters, but any kind of violence. And so teaming up with Reflex Protect provided an avenue to teach and provide product that could help people stay safe. And I quit law. You said, you mentioned I was an attorney. I'm still a licensed attorney, but I haven't been practicing because I enjoy teaching people and I enjoy writing and speaking way more than I enjoyed any part of practicing law. So I'm doing my passion. I'm helping people stay safe.
That's awesome. I've watched a couple of your videos, so I know how to do the in the nose. And I'm practicing the one if somebody's armed where you kind of grab their arm. I'm practicing that one. I haven't mastered it yet. So
And you know what, Alain? And I have been remiss. I probably haven't studied anything about self-defense. And that's something that we should all know something about. But I think, sometimes particularly as women, and here's what I'm going to tell you, and you tell me where I'm wrong with this. I have always kind of thought that I wouldn't necessarily be a target. I am 5'10", good sized girl. And I always kind of thought, well, if there's an attacker out there, they probably want somebody maybe who's not going to put up so much of a fight. And I look like I potentially could. I don't know. I've always gotten a little bit of comfort in that. But something tells me you're going to tell me that I'm completely off base with that.
Definitely criminals like to look for an easier target. But, statistics show that there are people that have been targets and been victims of crime from all walks of life, old to young. I mean, I remember when I wrote my first book on self-defense in the 90s, there was an 80-some-year-old lady that was assaulted and raped here in Montana. It was on the news. And at the time, I was talking to my grandma, and my grandma was like, it used to be an old lady like me didn't have to worry about things like that. This world coming to. And we don't know. I mean, we've had these killers go into schools and kill little kids. We have old elderly people and everywhere in between. So I think, it's good for all of us to be aware. That's your primary thing for staying safe, is increase your situational awareness. Pull your head out of your apps, APPS, and pay attention to the world. And that will make you a less likely victim. But having some knowledge of what to do, is good for anybody. It doesn't mean you have to study martial arts or self-defense for your whole life like I've been doing, but having a little knowledge can go a long way. And having something like Reflex Protect, just in case, is also a good thing to have. Hope you never use it. Just like you hope you never have to use your seatbelt or your airbag in your car,
or my Glock,
just in case. So having a little knowledge, having something like Reflex Protect gives you a little peace of mind that if something does happen, you have a way to respond.
So what I like is you have so many videos about inspiration, motivation, and self-defense. And they're like, you talk about, well, there was one that I watched today, I think it was on Instagram, about your daughter and like not, trying, not overprotecting them. Or is that today that you did that, or did I just see it today?
I posted that one today. The video is a couple years old. I recycle some of the older videos, and I'm always putting out new ones on the safety channel, the Survive and Defend safety channel. And I don't want to be a fear monger like some self-defense instructors. I think there's a lot of great things, and that's why I want people to enjoy life, just do it safely. And I put out information on self-defense, physical things people can do, but then just a lot of common sense safety habits, which common sense isn't commonly practiced. So I put those out. And the one that I shared around today was, yes, when we raise our kids, we want to teach them how to be safe. And at certain points, we have to give them some room and some space and some trust to go out on their own. And we hope that we've taught them well, but we do have to let them, in stages appropriate to their growth and knowledge and maturity, start experimenting, going on their own. That video was, I filmed that the first time I let my daughter go to the county fair it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have to raise our kids and then let them go out there and do that.
Yeah, but you have every gamut, and you don't frighten people with your tips. And so we need to send people to the YouTube channels, because I've learned a lot just watching your videos, and I appreciate that they're out there. And I think it'd be great to, there we go. Yeah, so we can share those with our viewers, because there's tons of them. I mean,
yeah, there's hundreds of videos on that channel, and I'm always creating new ones, but they're all aspects of staying safe, self-defense, survival. So they give a tip about you keeping your kids safe, and then the next day there might be a tip about what to do in the woods or out in the cold weather or the hot weather. And then maybe showing you a technique of, how to use your thumb to poke somebody's eye out. I mean, there's videos on all of that and a lot more on those channels. And there's even more if you go to the Survive and Defend website with the membership, because I'll film a 3 or 4 minute video for YouTube, and then I will film a few more minutes. That's only on the membership site. So I give for something extra there.
Nice.
Okay, well, so tell us about Reflex Protect. That is a product that we can purchase?
Yes, Reflex Protect was a brand new company in 2018. Right when my book, Survive a Shooting, was coming out, that company was established. If it would have been established before my book came out, I would have mentioned it in the book. I believe in it that much. It's a game changer because it was a defensive spray created for hospitals, so they could use it inside. Because if you don't know, hospitals have a huge amount of workplace violence. There are a lot of states that are enacting laws to make it a felony if you punch a nurse or healthcare worker because of the problem. And so that's what this product was created for. You can give it to nurses and frontline people, as well as security in hospitals, and they can protect themselves. Because unlike pepper spray, the spray comes out in a tight stream, and it only affects the person you spray, and it doesn't contaminate everybody else in the room or the HVAC system or anything else. And the hospitals also said, hey, these are our patients, or they're going to be our patients. We need a way to help them sprayed. So Reflex Protect went to some chemists. A couple of them were on the OxyClean team. If you're familiar with OxyClean, that's the caliber of chemists and the people that were working on the decontaminant. And they created a decontaminant that could reverse the effects within minutes. And that's what has most impressed the law enforcement. We're now, police are now carrying it, and they really like the decon. They can put a person down, restrain him, and then if he's cooperating, clean him right back up. And
that's
so it's
an
really
additional product, right?
Yep, and it's a humane way to help people. So it started with hospitals, then schools wanted it, churches, businesses, and then law enforcement this spring, and as well as just a home market. I mean, we got the little one that was created. This came out this spring because people wanted one that they could carry in their purse or in their pocket. And this is what a lot of people are buying for their personal protection. And this is what I'd recommend to, ladies, if you want something in your purse, or college students. It's because it's easy. And it will stop people faster than pepper spray. But you can buy a bottle of the decon and you could reverse it as well.
Okay.
Uber drivers, boom, keep you safe, because you can spray the guy in the back seat if you have to, and it doesn't affect you in the front seat. Pepper spray, you'd be getting out of the car too.
Okay, so I guess we need, when we're in the parking lot somewhere, or the parking garage, or anywhere, we need to carry this in our hand, right? And I know I don't mean to sound so, simplistic about that, but I've got, some mace that's in the bottom of my purse. I would probably have the mugger hold my purse while I could, try to dig it out and say, hold still, let me spray you. So
anything for your personal defense will do you no good if you don't have access to it. And one of the things that I like to recommend is, I talked earlier about being more aware. The fact that you took this out and it's in your hand because you want to be a little safer walking from your work or the mall or wherever to your car in the dark, because you took this out and it's in your hand, it increases your awareness. And that increased awareness makes you less likely to be a target in the first place. And so just having that, pulling it out, the way it changes your attitude, the way you walk, the way you're paying attention, that might keep the mugger from messing with you in the first place.
Yeah.
So you don't even know that this actually helped you when it did. I mean, so that's it. It all works together.
Now, I know that we've talked about this. You said the one has a handle, like a top, or a spray, like a.
The larger size, and I don't have one sitting here on my desk, unfortunately, has the spray.
That's it.
And there's a great picture of it there. That one, you hold like a Windex bottle or a firearm, and you pull the trigger, and it shoots out 15, 20 feet accurately. That's the sweet spot, between 15 and 20. So you can stop that guy from a distance. That's the one that they're putting on nurse stations. Some security are carrying. Some people are keeping them up their nightstand at home. So it has a lot more in it. Where this smaller one is the easy one for the pocket or the purse. So depending on where you want to keep it, buy one a big one for the nightstand for home, and buy a small one for your pocket or purse.
Now, how far away can you be? Like, do you have to be like right in their face, or?
This one, you got a good 12 to 15 feet. You can see I'm picture right there, that video, I'm shooting the small one at the Bob, and he's a ways away. So the big one, 15 to 20, the smaller one, 12 to 15. But here I'm about to shoot that small one at that guy across the room there, and it shoots pretty far. And I'm explaining there that I want you to use your thumb instead of using your finger. And then if you had to, you could hit him with it too, by your thumb on top. So, but I'm about to spray that guy, and he's that far away from me. And that's what you want. You want to be able to stop somebody before they're right on top of you.
Right, right.
A lot of the self-defense products that are sold to ladies, they're little gadgets and gadgets that you have to be right up close to hit the person with. Well, if you're that close to them, they're that close to you. Yeah. You can stop them from 10 feet away, 12 feet, 15 feet. That's way better. And so they're
Oh, wow. Look at that.
outside.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's,
interesting.
you want to spray them right in the eyes with it, and it'll put them down fast. If you spray them all over the body, it's not going to do as good. You got to spray them in the face and get it in the eyes. And that's why we also sell practice ones, inert ones. They don't have the active ingredient, and it's just a water or a soy oil, depending on which inert you buy, and you can just practice with them. And when I do the training, I make people race while the other people are screaming at them. So it gets, a little adrenaline, make them do it fast, because if you're in a real situation, you're going to be scared. So you want to have done some practice beforehand to make it a little easier for you.
Well, okay, Alan, I think we're all going to order some of this tonight. Okay. But what is just a quick tip you have for someone who maybe does not have this, and there is someone who is within 2 feet of you, or they've, got their arms around you? We've always been taught, try to get the knee to the crotch. Well, that's great if you're in the position to do that, but you may not be.
Right. Eyes, ears, throat are great targets, because I don't care how big a guy is, no muscle protects your eyes, your ears, or your throat. So you can put a finger, you can slap the ear, and then your thumb is right there to put in the eye. Hitting the throat, nothing protects that. But really, I know you have a lot of ladies watch the show, but men too.
Sure.
All of us are bigger than a little house cat, right? House cat, 10 pounds? But who wants to give Fluffy a bath, right? That cat's going to scratch you, bite you, claw, go under, over, through you to get away. That's the kind of attitude you need if you ever have to defend yourself. And that attitude of doing whatever it takes, biting, scratching, clawing, ripping that guy's eye out, whatever you have to do, that attitude is more important than any physical stuff that you're going to learn. I can teach you something, but if you're not practicing it all the time, it's going to be hard to remember under that stress.
Yeah.
If you just do whatever it takes, and you have that survivor's attitude that I'm going home to my loved ones tonight, and nothing's going to prevent that, and nobody's going to take charge of my body but me. If you have that attitude and you're willing to do whatever it takes, if you don't have reflex protect and all you have is your hands and feet and elbows, that's what you do. You hit them with whatever you have, and you fight with all that you have. That's the most important thing you can do.
That's actually one of your videos, the will to survive.
I talk about that in all of my classes. I talk about it on videos because it is so important. Mm-hmm. I talk about Mike Day. How many times can you be shot and keep fighting? Mm-hmm. Well, Mike Day was shot 27 times.
Wow.
He was a Navy SEAL in Iraq. He killed a couple that shot him. His SEAL buddies got him to the medical attention, which then got him to the doctors, saved his life. And he credits his faith and his family as 2 big things that saw him through that entire ordeal. And I tell everybody that I teach, you need to determine what you're going to survive for. It can be your faith, it can be your family, and I hope a little bit is you, because you're not done yet and you got things to do.
Right.
And so if you have that will to survive and that fighter's mental warrior's mindset that you'll do whatever it takes, bring out that inner Fluffy and do whatever, that will see you a long ways, more than any physical things you can learn in a short little class.
Well, and inner Fluff isn't a cute little fuzzy kitty. It's right. That cat that's fighting and scratching, and
it's that cat that's going to do anything to get away.
Yeah.
It's scratch, bite, claw, do whatever. And that's what you need to do. And you have to have that mindset if you're fighting for your life.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
And you think about, these are the things that happen to other people. That's not going to happen to me. But, just a short story. My friend Tracy, this has been several years ago, but she was in the parking lot of a store, and she had parked kind of away, so her car was a little isolated. And she said as she approached her car, she saw a guy on a bicycle who was looking at her, and she just kind of got that feeling, this is not gonna go well. I have a feeling he's looking at me, and his intentions are not, pure. So she did reach in her purse, and she had her mace or her pepper spray, whatever it was, and he starts circling her car. Okay. And so she holds it up so he can see it, and she's following him as he circles, to make sure he sees it. And then he just kind of went, all right, to her, and took off. So again, like you said, being aware of your surroundings. And you know what? Half the time, I'm going to tell you, as I'm leaving a store, I've got my phone in my hand. You know what you said, get your head out of your apps. Man, that's just good advice on so many levels, for so many things. But we are just not. We are so distracted. We are not at all in tune with our surroundings. So,
and it's not that I want people to be paranoid. I don't want you to be all worried and scared looking for a bad guy everywhere. I want you paying attention. You'll see the good things too.
Sure.
How are you going to stop and smell the flowers if you don't even see them? And so being aware and paying attention will help you stay safe, but it also will just help you enjoy things that are around as well.
Well, yeah, like I said, on so many levels, that's just good advice. Don't miss everything. Don't view everything through a phone. That's crazy. Absolutely.
That's what I tell my daughter, like when she started riding horses, and she got kicked off, and she goes, but I'm afraid. I said, well, don't be afraid. Be cautious. And that's basically what you're telling us right now. So.
And I wanted to mention something. You said your friend had that feeling.
Yes.
And actually, a lot of women have those feelings better than men. Call it women's intuition, whatever you want to call it. You have to listen to those feelings. Too many people don't listen to that feeling. And then after they're a victim, they say, well, I had a feeling. Gavin de Becker wrote a great book years ago, The Gift of Fear, where he talks about pay attention to those feelings. And if you feel something's not right, act upon it and get yourself someplace safe and do what you have to stay safe.
Wow.
Love it.
So much to think about, Alan. On a totally different note, just quickly, best hamburger you've ever had?
Whew, there's been so many great ones.
Y'all,
I do have to say one of the best places is right here in Montana, and it's Parker's in a tiny little town of Drummond, because they have 137 different hamburgers on the menu. And no, I have not had all 137 yet, but I've had a number of them when I go through Drummond. And it's just because they have so many different, my daughter one time had a Caesar's burger, and it was like Caesar salad on the hamburger. You can have all sorts of these things that, there's peanut butter and different things on some of the hamburgers, which is actually pretty good. And so Parker's restaurant has some of the best burgers, just because there's so many different kinds, and they got some really cool ones.
Have you had like the Krispy Kreme burger? Have you had that?
I haven't had a Krispy Kreme burger. No.
Do they have Krispy Kreme where you live in Montana?
Yes, we have.
Okay. I know
we have some here in Missoula. Yep.
Yeah. Wow. And Kellen, I think I think I was with you in Kansas City where they had the hamburger that the buns were actually grilled cheese. Was that? Yes. Did we see that? Yeah. So the buns were grilled cheese sandwiches with a burger in between. Crazy.
That would be good. That would be good.
We did not get that, but
before I forget, you have a few websites, and I'd like you to share those, because if anybody wants to know about your Warrior's Edge, your books, your motivation.
Sure. A couple things. If you want to know about surviving a shooting and staying safe, autograph copies at surviveashooting.com. If you like Kindle, go to Amazon. If you want those videos and everything about safety, surviveanddefend.com. So Survive a Shooting, great place for the book and active shooter stuff. Survive and Defend, that's the website that you can, tons of safety stuff. And then if you want Reflex Protect, go to reflexprotect.com. And if you do want to buy Reflex Protect, put my first name when you check out, ALAIN, and you'll get a discount on your purchase at Reflex Protect. Well, any of your listeners can do that and get a discount.
Where do we get this?
You can my novel. You can also find that on Amazon if you like Kindle, or it's at Survive and Defend. All of my books and DVDs and stuff are on Survive and Defend as well, including the novel.
And it's wonderful.
It is great.
Alan, you have just given us so much to think about. And guys, check out all of Alan's stuff. I mean, we didn't even talk about the active shooter awareness that you do, or the active shooter responses. I know you teach that. Again, one of those situations that you just pray you're never in, but so many people have found themselves in that situation. I know you're an expert on that. We didn't even touch on that. We would have to have a 3-month-long show to talk about everything that's in Alan's brain that he knows.
We'll have to have him back.
Absolutely.
If he'll come back.
Absolutely.
He's brave.
Yes.
Yeah, well, and I appreciate you guys having me on. It's been fun. So thank you very much. And I look forward to your show just getting bigger and better all the time. You guys are doing a fantastic job.
Well, thank you. Do you have any parting thought, any nugget of wisdom you want to leave our viewers with?
I just want to encourage people to enjoy life, because there's even with the stuff going on today, there's still a bunch of wonderful things going on as well. So find stuff that you enjoy and enjoy life, and just do so safely. That's my mission of teaching people and encouraging people to get out and enjoy life, take advantage of all opportunities that come your way, and just do it safely.
Perfect.
You're a cool guy, Alan. Thank you. We are glad that we have met. We're all in this group together called Mega Minds. Like I said, we're all friends, and it is just a pleasure to be in that with both of you guys. And thanks, Alan. You have been a fantastic guest, just as we knew you would be. So,
well, thank both of you, and I'm blessed to have both of you as new friends here as well. So thank you.
I'll send you the money for saying.
Yeah. Thanks, Alan.
All right. Well, that would be, I guess that's a wrap. Next week, we have the amazing Bryn Tillman. So she'll be able to give us a lot of LinkedIn tips and help people with their business and growing it on LinkedIn. So thank you, everybody, for being here. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Oh, thanks, Gregory.
Yes. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.